Hello everyone. I'm just going to get my background up because I forgot. Thank you for joining me. There's a little bit of a learning curve to all of this that I think a lot of us are realizing. My background, I love it so much. It speaks a lot to kind of what we're going through right now. Going with the wave, the tidal wave of change, of learning to swim, of learning how to trust our breath. So I'm doing something a little different today. I should be broadcasting to both the Yoga Live and to my YouTube channel for Yoga Live, where I think you'll see much better quality if you want to follow along on a TV or a big screen or something like that. So today we're going to revisit the breath. And I'm going to start introducing the beginnings of Surya Namaskar, sun salutations. There's a lot of details and a lot of instruction, a lot of simple, subtle actions that you can do. And the most important thing I want you to remember, and my teacher Mati said this many, many times, these very fine, subtle actions and alignment cues are not meant to produce some perfection. The key is that these actions, these instructions, these alignment cues help settle the mind and allow us to go in. So let's go ahead and start with the breath. And I didn't do a sound check, so I hope my sound's good, but we'll see. So sitting in Sukhasana, maybe you're using blocks, sitting on a nice comfortable blanket, hands resting up or down. And maybe you're sitting in a chair, and we went over that yesterday. If you're sitting in a chair, sitting up nice and tall, with your pelvis in its neutral position, not tilted back, not tilted forward, on the middle of your sit bones, bottom ribs softening, so that when we breathe, we're initiating the breath from our pelvis into our kidneys, into our upper back and across our collarbone, out the crown of our head. So that there is a line, a channel, the Sushumna, our central channel, is balanced from our pelvis to our heart, out the crown of our head. So it's worth spending time on, trust me. So sitting up nice and tall, go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to take a moment to be the observer, to watch the quality of the breath. And when I say quality, I mean the length of the breath, the gentleness of the breath, the smoothness of the breath. Given the recent circumstances, giving, maybe producing fear, can create our breath to be jagged. So if that is the case, it's okay. Just note it. By pointing our attention to the quality of the breath, the smoothness, the gentleness, it automatically starts to shift to a more smooth, longer, gentle breath. And we take a few moments just observing the breath rise on inhale from the base of our spine into our upper back, across our collarbone, out the crown of our head. And on exhale, falling back down. A few breaths like that. Now take a moment to give yourself permission to take control of the breath. Work on stretching the breath to a count of 5 or 6 or whatever is comfortable for you. By closing off the little valve in the back of your throat, you may find it helpful to stretch the breath. And you'll notice the little sound that's only audible to you. Allow that breath, that sound of the breath, help settle you. Tune into that. Allow it to help smooth and lengthen the breath naturally, comfortably, and with ease. Making the inhale and the exhale even. We bring balance to our parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. We create a harmony within. And now take a moment to take your mind's eye into the moment of transition between inhale and exhale and exhale and inhale. Notice the smoothness of the transition and the pause in between. As the breath starts, it's tapered, and as it begins to build, it becomes its fullest, and then it begins to taper again. And you'll notice a little pause in the breath, and then the next breath starts. Starting out smooth and gentle, it grows and grows and grows, and then tapers off again. And you can imagine the breath as a white golden light rising from the pelvis on inhale, up the Sushumna, the centered core channel of your body, into your chest, out the crown of your head. And on exhale, imagining that light falling back down into the earth. Allowing the exhale to help ground us, to help root us into our bodies, into the earth, to where we are here now. Upright, in the moment. Not leaning into the future or falling back into the past, but here now, rooted in your body, watching your breath. So the breath is the mirror and master of the body-mind. It's one of the only automatic processes in our body that we also have control over. It's our door in. It reflects the stress we have. It reflects the health of our body. But we can change that. We can change that by Gently taking control of the breath, bringing balance to our physiology, to our sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. And then making the choice that on exhale, the breath helps release and ground out fear. And on inhale, we feel the breath bounce back up and fill our heart with joy, with love, with gratitude. Something that brings us peace, a heartfelt sense, compassion, kindness, empathy. Letting those fear exhale out and letting the good emotions, or you can call them good, more vibratory, harmonious emotions, the replenishing emotions, I should say. Allowing them to feel your body, fill your chest. When you feel a heartfelt sense of gratitude in your heart, you can begin to surrender the breath, letting the chest fall and rise as it wishes. And you could begin imagining you're sending that heartfelt sense, emotion to yourself, to your immediate sphere, maybe your family, whoever you're in quarantine with, to your friends, your classmates, your co-workers, your friends, your entire community, your state, your country, the oceans, the streams, the lakes, the rivers, the trees, all our little four-legged creatures and winged creatures. You can send it out. Send it out to it all, include it all. Those less fortunate, those more fortunate. We are one human organism, all connected. And believe it or not, science shows us that we're connected through our breath, through the electromagnetic field that our breath creates. With every inhale and exhale, the rhythm of that electromagnetic field comes in resonance. And it reverberates out and joins the others. A few breaths like this. And when you're ready, slowly and gently opening your eyes. Thank you again for letting me share my morning practice with you. It helps me commit to broadcasting and also get my practice in. And so we'll be covering a lot of the things that I do in my practice. My practice is very simple. It's accessible to everyone. Today, we're going to work on very, 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 very simple things that most people should be able to accomplish pretty easily. So let me just take a moment. Oh, good. It seems like it's working across everything. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time. And you can do this in your chair, and you can do this sitting on the floor if you'd like. But I'm going to work on a little bit what we worked on yesterday, but we're gonna work on the alignment of the pelvis, creating the container in the thoracic cavity, and then getting the chest to coil. Right now, especially because of this virus that's going around, we want to be able to exchange, if you will, circulation in our lungs, in our heart, in our chest. So we're gonna work on that now. It's gonna be simple, just a little bit, just to get you tuned in, and we can work more later. So finding a neutral pelvis, side hips firming, sitting on the center of your sit bone. So you can go too far back and too far forward, and see what works best for you. And then softening the bottom ribs. Breathing into the kidney areas, broadening the collarbone. You can rest the hands on your side. And as best as you can, stacking your heart over your pelvis, your head over your heart. Take a few breaths here, exhaling down, inhaling up, and then turning out from your armpits. Bring your fingertips to shoulder height. Now, I have tight shoulders. You bring them in line with your shoulder heads. If you have tight shoulders, it's actually advised. I want you to bring your arms a little forward of the shoulders. Don't take them behind the shoulders. It impinges them. Bring them in line or a little forward. And if you spend a lot of time on the computer, if you spend a lot of time on your device, you'll notice that this next step might be a little hard. So palms up, fingertips in line with the shoulder heads. Neutral pelvis, breathing into your kidney areas, keeping your kidney areas here, full, supple, broadening your collarbone. I want you to take the base of your neck and try to get it to release down your back as you're softening the bottom ribs, then coiling the chest so the sternum rises. And then exhale, turning your palms down, rooting through your sit bones. Inhale, flex your hands. And it might be a little uncomfortable at first to flex your hands here, pushing out through your palms, fingertips pointing to the ceiling. You may need to pump them a little. So exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. So take a few moments, smooth, gentle breaths to just get that warmed up, and then hold it for a second. Flexing the hands, pressing out through the palms, fingertips pointing to the ceiling. Press out through your palms like you could touch the wall on either side of you. Imagine that the arms are heavy, like you're pressing down on a shelf, getting the muscles to hug the bone, getting them to activate and engage the bone. A few breaths like this. And you'll notice that this isn't easy. The brachyradialis becomes shortened because we spend so much time on our keyboard or internally rotating, closing off our heart. And this is a good way to see where you're at with it. Inhale here. Exhale, reach out through your fingertips. Inhale one more time. Exhale, bring your hands down. So that's just one arm warm-up you can do to help open your chest. And little bit of a breath work. But before we go, I want to take just a couple minutes to work on Utthita Hastasana into Tadasana. So I like to transition from the floor like this because it's very, very good for you. So coming to the front of your mat, finding Samastitihi that we worked on yesterday, equal standing. Reaching down through your fingertips, elongating out the crown of the head. We can begin to practice what we just practiced, bringing the fingertips in line with the shoulder heads, reaching out through the crown of our head, filling our kidney areas. Collarbone broad. Exhale here. Inhale, go about halfway up. Rooting through your feet, thighs strong, remembering to resist the shin bone forward to help bring juice into your thigh muscles, to help them engage more. Side hips firm, pelvis in neutral, breathing into the kidney areas. On your next inhalation, bring your palms so that they're facing each other, looking straight ahead. And stay here for just a few breaths, looking straight ahead. And resist the urge to go too far back with your arms. A lot of people want to get their arms to their ears. Doesn't serve you. If you feel crunching in the base of your neck, or you feel like it causes your arms to rotate, then you're taking your arms too far back. So I invite you to work smarter, not harder. I feel like that's good for me. This is, I'm working comfortably. And then I want you to clasp your thumbs, fingertips pointing to the ceiling, so it looks like this. Reaching through your fingertips, you can reach out of your arm sockets too far and then bring them so that it feels like they're plugged in. You don't want to take them too far. You can take them too far out and then too far down. Find a happy medium where they're nice and comfortable into the shoulder space at a comfortable distance above your head. Even here, working through engaged legs, your root, your pelvis is in neutral, kidney areas, breathing into the back part of the body, side bodies expand, reaching through your fingertips, taking one point in front of you to look at, relaxing your face, relaxing your jaw. Smooth breath. One more breath here. Exhale the breath out. Palms facing each other. And on your next exhalation, bringing your hands down. Slowly, coordinating the movement with the breath. Now, we'll work on more later, but I just want to bring a little tidbit each day to you guys in the breath. I think the breath is one of the most important things we can do for ourselves right now. And making sure we practice. And, I'm happy to bring a little bit each day so that those of us out there with time can maybe bring more to our home practice. When I started my home practice is where I feel the magic happened. So thank you so much for joining me this morning and right now. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Join me in a namaskar, palms up, elbows close to the body. Base knuckles of the thumb resting on the sternum. Namaste.